So the UFC is heading back to Australia for the first time since 2019. The last one was UFC 243. I was actually at that event and I got my heart broken in the second round of the main event. But let's talk about 284. Jumping straight in with the main event is Islam Makhachev, the current lightweight champion, in his first title defense against what many people consider the pound for pound GOAT, Alexander Volkanovski, the featherweight champion. This one's a strange one. I've literally no clue what's going to happen in the actual fight, but the more you break it down, we've discussed that it's almost like there's built-in excuses for either of them winning or either of them losing. Islam Makhachev going in there, his first title defense is against the featherweight champion who has been running through everyone, dominating that division, cleaned it all out, and this is his first defense. If he beats Alex, what does that mean for him? What does that mean for the rest of the lightweight division? What does that mean for the featherweight division? Does it just mean that, stick to your own and Islam is now all of a sudden the king and now consider the pound for pound GOAT? But then again, what does it mean for Alex? If Alex gets this done, he's moved up. He's no longer just the featherweight king. He's now a double champ. And like he says, if he does do this, remember all the people who are saying that Islam is unbeatable. It's genuinely, I don't have a clue what's going to happen in this one. The last time I can remember I was this conflicted was actually Paulo Costa versus Israel Adesanya, and I evidently ended up eating my words rather quickly there. The co-main event is for the Interim Featherweight Championship. Now, I'm not so sure how I feel on this because the actual champion is obviously fighting in the main event of this card. Alexander Volkanovski seems like he's run through the vast majority of the top contenders there. But there is Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. Now, personally, I'm a big fan of Josh Emmett. I think the work that he's done so far, like against Calvin Kattar, all that kind of thing, I think he's such a phenomenal fighter. But you almost feel like, yes, there's an interim champion just because Volk fancies a challenge and he fancies going up to lightweight. You wonder, whoever wins this fight out of Yair and Josh Emmett, if it's almost going to feel like a temporary champion, which essentially is a interim belt, but a temporary champion because the actual champion cannot be beaten. Is it just to create a little bit more sort of competition within that division? It just seems a little bit strange when the champion isn't injured or away for a certain reason other than having another fight. This one just seems a little strange, really. But I'm excited to see what happens there, and hopefully it just jazzes up the featherweight division in general, because I'm not complaining that Volk is absolutely dominating everyone, but just to make it feel like it's a competitive division rather than everyone just fighting for the second best place. Now, the rest of the main card's a little questionable, I'd say, in the sense of you understand that, they're in Australia and we lost a fight with Robert Whittaker and Paulo Costa. That was due to be scheduled for this event. But you understand that, they're kind of running out all the Aussies, all the locals sort of thing in order to gather. This is the first time they've been there in 4 years, like we say. But you've got Justin Tafa versus Parker Porter. Look, I love Justin Tafa. I think he's entertaining to watch. He's got some good knockouts already. He always stands and bangs. It's a good swing. It's just an entertaining fight. But I'm not too sure what I think of that being on the main card, and especially this high up. I think it's a little bit of a little overstretch. Alonzo Menifield versus Jimmy Crute. This one does actually excite me. I mean, I'm probably contradicting myself in what I've just said about Justin Tafa, but Jimmy Crute always brings it. I mean, he's there to fight. I know he had that vicious leg injury with his fight with Anthony Smith, and obviously Jamal Hill knocked him out in around 60 seconds. But in the sense of Jimmy Crute, he always comes to fight. Have you heard of Jimmy Crute? All this kind of thing. He's got the buzz. Maybe it's just because it's an Australian card. They've got all the Aussies together in order to fight, so the buzz, the atmosphere will be great there. It just feels a little lackluster in the sense of only because they're from Australia, these guys are in the main card and we'll go and shove them all out. Now, the prelims and the early prelims, they aren't really up to a great deal either, to be honest. I mean, most of the time I find that these cards, what look lackluster on paper or are very top heavy, they usually deliver, and they usually over deliver because you're not expecting it. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you think that this card is kind of just being wheeled out because it's the first launch in Australia for a good while. Let me know what you think, what your predictions are, and what you think of the fights in general. Thanks everyone for watching. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help us out.